Bulavinaka, my name is Litia and I'm from the beautiful island of Laos and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rock.
My name is Casey, I'm from Tabua. We love Today FM in Tabua. Today FM rocks.
My name is Selena, I'm from Tavenga Vengamba. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Pula, my name is Carlo. I love listening to the music in Today FM, in Malak Island. Today FM rock.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, police take war on drugs to skies. Unity Fiji to announce provisional candidates by next month. And ATS management welcomes tribunal decision.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Amrita Sagar.
Police are taking a new approach to strengthen their fight against drugs. Following unsuccessful drug raids in Kandavu, the force recently used helicopters to survey the island in order to discover other farms where marijuana is being cultivated. Seniani Boiler reports.
The use of helicopters is a pilot project for the police force as it aims to reduce drug cultivation and arrest those who are involved in this illegal activity.
This is the first time that we would like to complement the manpower deployment on the ground, together with the intelligence that is given and the capabilities that we have. That is the utilization of helicopter to view the farms and areas, the landmass from the top, so that we can have a fair idea, just to confirm information on the ground, together with the pictures as we look at it from there.
The police officers have in many instances traveled for more than a day to reach the suspected marijuana farms. And ACP Tunravu says this new project will save them time.
Given the terrain of Kandavu, it is very hard to find the farms because of it is very far upper inland. If in Kandavu you cannot just walk the flat. It is from the seashore you started climbing the steep up to the place where they farm. So it's hard terrain.
Meanwhile, Amanimbola, the Turangani Koro of Raki village in Yale Kandavu says they have been warning the villagers during district meetings to avoid getting involved in such illegal activities.
Warnings are always given out during village meetings, district meeting, yet people still don't want to listen to them. Now, with the frequent visit by police, we are hopeful that this illegal activity will stop.
The force seized more than a ton of marijuana during its recent raid in Kandavu. Sainiani Mboila, FBC News.
Out of the 7,000 calls made to Lifeline Fiji's helpline last year, 280 of them were made by those under the age of 20. Seniani Boiler reports the analysis done by the non-governmental organization shows most of these callers stated that they find difficulty expressing themselves to their parents and guardians.
The calls that were made to by Lifeline Fiji ranged from suspected child abuse, miscommunication between parents and children, issue of child welfare, and cases of self-harm.
As a parent myself, I can see that the loophole is at where the child receives information or attention from the parents in a way that is not acceptable to the child, whereby the parents are addressing their children in the best way that they can without realizing the impact on the child.
Time Marokotangane says once the call is received, the counsellors immediately refer them to the right authorities so that steps can be taken to resolve the issue. Save the Children Fiji Chief Executive Iris Lowe Mackenzie says parents must become more responsible towards their children.
So do a lot of awareness raising and information sessions with the public, with communities, with parents, inform them about what the laws are in Fiji and that, parents can actually be charged for neglect. But parents also are aware what the laws are and what their responsibilities are when it comes to the care and supervision of children.
Lifeline Fiji says the most number of calls were made from the Central Division. The NGO has classified the division as a red zone and is visiting places where the highest calls are coming from to educate the communities. Sainiani Mboila, FBC News.
Newly registered party Unity Fiji will announce their provisional candidates list in the next few weeks for the 2018 general election. Party leader Savinathan Narumbe says their call for expression of interest closed yesterday and they've received a huge interest from the public to participate in the election. Akusita Tale with this report.
The newest political party on the block, Unity Fiji, will spend the next few weeks screening the applications to select the potential candidates who will contest the election under their banner.
We hope to apply announce the list in mid-February. And then also at the same time we are preparing our manifesto, drafting our manifesto. We hope to release that also towards the end of February.
Narumbe says in the meantime they're visiting communities to get information on the challenges and issues they face, which will be included in their manifesto.
The major issue, of course, is what development that will bring the benefits to the people, the developments that actually reaches the people. That's a major issue coming through, which means jobs, which means incomes, which means support for welfare of the people where support is needed.
He says the manifesto will most likely include plans for new developments that will benefit Fijians.
On the social development as well, the education, the health issues are quite strong. The second is how do we build up an economy that can provide those benefits to the people.
The former RBF governor says they hope to provide a fairer environment to everyone, be it businesses, private or public sectors, and as well as in communities. The party says it will continue to consult widely across all communities and seek expert advice. Akusita Tali, FBC News.
The Air Terminal Services Management has welcomed the decision from the Employment Tribunal that requires ATS workers who walked off their jobs on December 16th last year to return to work. The management says this is the best possible outcome from the situation. ATS employees are set to return to work while also being held accountable for their unlawful action.
ATS says that as articulated in the decision, it doesn't view this outcome as a win for either party, but more a win for the value of Fijian employment law. ATS has noted the decision from the tribunal doesn't prevent any disciplinary measures from being taken against the workers for abandoning their positions and engaging in an unlawful walkout. While acknowledging that the decision requires the workers to return to their posts, ATS is seeking further legal advice on certain aspects of the tribunal decision to consider additional legal steps. ATS particularly notes the decision requires workers to resolve all legitimate grievances through good faith bargaining within the existing conflict resolution frameworks as set out by the Employment Relations Act 2007. The decision goes on to state the employees and the trade union must follow the terms of registered collective agreements and the legal requirements for participating in industrial conduct and cannot pick and choose when they seek protection of the law. ATS has also fully endorsed the way forward articulated in the decision that calls for a partnered approach in resolving any and all issues that arise in the workplace. ATS says it will also implement certain security measures to prevent any further economic sabotage from taking place in the workplace to ensure there are no serious disruptions to ATS services and threats to the Fijian economy in the future. Meanwhile, the Fiji Labour Party and the National Federation Party have both welcomed the decision of the tribunal. The ATS workers will now return to work with no conditions and receive full back pay from December 16th. Akusita Tali, FBC News.
Attorney General Ayaz Sayed Qayyum, while reminding the legal aid lawyers their role, urged them to provide equal services to all Fijians. Speaking at the closing of the two-day annual corporate training, Sayed Qayyum said the lawyers must understand that they are there to provide service to a group of people who may not be able to access that service.
Fundamentally, majority of the people who walk in through your doors are people who actually really do have a problem. They really have a problem. Some of them don't understand what is happening around them. Some of them don't understand the language in which the documents they have, or fully understand the documents that they have, the language it's written in. So you need to have that level of empathy Just try and place yourself in their shoes.
Still to come, $30 million Tapu City Mall creates 300 jobs. And we bring you the success story of the man behind Delta Timber. Stay with us.
Bula, kera mai singatoka, kera ndo talita kana varorong na Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti.
Ayaw na rin siya. Kombinasyon ko bola ndo talita kana Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti.
Kaya kuyazo silil tale, nagurara may nawamanyi, nandunga. Gitu talita gini ang gitu Venezuela, nanggunto rongo, barong na Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti.
Na Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti na bonga ni BNN.
The new $30 million Tapu City project in Lautoka has created over 300 employment for Fijians. Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama, while officially opening the mall last night, said development of this scale cannot take place in a stagnant economy, but in a nation that's growing and is on the move. Ritika Pratap reports.
Home to 25 restaurants, stores and other outlets, Lautoka's Tapu City complex has become the centerpiece of commerce in the sugar city.
This development is proof positive that our journey forward as a nation is not only happening in Suva or down the coast in Nandi, it is happening right here. And this project is very much part of building Lautoka into a premier city in Fiji and the whole of the Pacific.
Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama says the Fijian economy is booming and unemployment is the lowest we've seen in 30 years. He says it's an exciting time to invest in Fiji.
My fellow Fijians, the Fiji we know today was not built by talk, smiles and promises, which is all that those in the opposition have to offer. It has been built by my government's commitment to deliver real development that is make real differences in the lives of the Fijian people.
The Prime Minister also acknowledged the Tapu Group for holding the confidence in the economic ability and investing on a large scale.
When we first broke ground on the construction of this project, some years back, Fiji was headed into our first genuinely democratic elections. 4 years on, Lautoka has seen new and improved infrastructure, higher paying jobs, and bigger and better opportunities for its residents. And again, the next 4 years hold tremendous promise for Lautoka.
Meanwhile, Tapu Group Chair Kantilal Tapu says all the entrepreneurs and companies operating in the complex, which includes 2 state-of-the-art cinemas, have settled in. Ritika Pratap, FBC News.
4 classrooms, library and a storeroom have been destroyed by fire at the Amichandra Primary School in Lautoka. The incident happened last night. The firefighters managed to save the other blocks from catching fire. The NFA is investigating to determine the cause of the fire. Meanwhile, classes will be normal at the school tomorrow. The school, which suffered damage during TC Winston, was recently rehabilitated. A 42-year-old man is believed to have drowned while diving with 3 others last night. All the men from Naviango village in Lautoka were diving off Warmo Reef when the incident occurred. It is alleged the victim had jumped back into the water, and when he failed to surface, the other 3 jumped in to look for him. The victim's body was recovered and attempts to revive him were unsuccessful. The investigation continues. Before the reward, there must be labor. You plant before you harvest and you sow in tears before you reap joy. This is the secret of our successful Fijian tonight, Vishwa Anand, the owner of Nosori's fastest growing Delta Timber and Hardware Supplies. Akusita Tale with this success story.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
Vishwa Anand never dreamt his business will become one of the most sought after to rehabilitate schools, churches and homes. His journey began in 2008 from being a simple laborer to now one of Rewa Delta's most successful businessmen.
I've got approved loan from the bank, from ANZ, and they've given me 25,000 start off, and from there I buy this land from FDB. They helped me out about $400,000, They helped me out. They paid off that bank, and I was. Then after that, I started to buy the timber. I went to Fiji Forest, and they helped me out. After that, I went to Wali Basonga. They helped me out to give me timber in account. All the place I get account, and I was growing up.
Growing up in Kasavu was not an easy one, especially on days he would build or make something out of timber on their small porch, which would always upset his mother because of the mess he makes.
When I started my business, I've got a porch in my house, and my mom was growl on me to don't make the post. I was making the house post on that area, and this was growl on me. Why you want to do this? Don't make it dirty, this place here. And he said, Mom, don't worry. You'll be going to get it successful. We can get more money out of it.
Delta Timber now employs 12 people and supplies timber to the entire nation. Close to a decade in the industry, Anand says he's never regretted the decision to start his business with a bank loan.
When I started my business, that time I was a labor. You know, the Wind House, I worked for the Wind House 3 years. As a labor, I was driving the wheelbarrow. Just a wheelbarrow job and mixing everything here and there like that.
The father of three says his company continues to grow more as people, including those from the maritime islands such as Kandavu, Lau, Ngau, as well as the north, are ordering timber.
We make the school desks, chairs, everything we're making over here. And doors, anything they need, we supply from here.
Apart from timber, what else do you sell?
We sell hardware, all the hardware we're selling from here. And what you call school desks, chairs, anything you need. If you haven't got to make it and give it to them.
Anand says one of his biggest achievements so far is being able to supply timber and hardware supplies for the rehabilitation of schools and villages following Cyclone Winston. He says putting a smile on the people's face at the end of the day has always been encouraging for him to continue doing the best. His secret to success is cry now and enjoy later. Ako si Tatali, FBC News.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
Ahead in sports, WBF unhappy with Sebastian Singh's team. And Sevens players wary of Fijians in New Zealand team. Details after the break.
Moala ranalika o tikongon na tao ni Singatoka ando talisaka na wakaronga ng Bull FM number 2 na sere.
Ya dora subuli kurnambili. Iborani batukara hambara binaranga. Do talitakina na wakaronga ng Bull FM number 2 na sere. Bula.
Bull FM number 2 na sere.
The World Boxing Foundation is unhappy with how Sebastian Singh's team handles significant title fights that involves international recognition. A fight between Singh and Australia's Brent Ames, scheduled for February 2nd, is now in disarray, with both parties delivering knockout blows outside the ring. Eronitu Nuku reports.
WBF Justin Kennedy had told FBC that they have given more than enough chance to Team Singh to make the accounted weight for the boxing program.
Supposed to fight within 6 months, and then we extended it again to December. Then it was extended till February. There's just been 3 or 4 extensions. We even offered another one.
Kennedy says WBF has never seen such unprofessionalism in any country they've officiated.
We've never had, anywhere around the world, we've never dealt with such an unprofessional team. Ask him to show us anywhere. We can have proof that we've stripped them of the title. You ask him to show where they showed us in writing or anywhere that they vacated the title.
However, Singh says they chose to vacate the WBF super lightweight title, which is in total contrast to what has been said by the Australians.
So, like I said, they should stop talking. If they really want to do it, the date is there. Why don't they just come and do it? But for us, personally, from Team Sniper, we don't want to fight for the WBF title anymore. They did not strip it off us. We vacated the title.
Boxing promoter Pranil Das says His job is to organize the fight, and all the accusations made, he isn't involved in any of it. This despite he also being accused of being non-active in recent time.
To defer the fight, but the team in Australia has been started accusing the boxer and the trainer, management, as well as promoter.
Meanwhile, in the world of real boxing, Errol Spence Jr. maintained his IBF welterweight championship title after the referee called off the match before the 8th round as a technical knockout. Spence was too fast and too strong for his opponent Lamont Peterson during their bout this afternoon. Eroni Tuinuku once again.
Tonight, making the first defense of his title.
Both fighters maintained their composure in the opening round. Peterson looked calm in the first few rounds and gave the champion a good run for his money as well. Round 5 saw Peterson drop after 50 seconds into the fight, but quickly gained strength to continue. Spence took control of the fight from the 5th round, but Peterson never gave up.
Oh, it's followed by up.
Hey, look at me. I don't like what I see, kiddo.
In the 7th round, Peterson could hardly see anything with his swollen face, and Spence took advantage of that opportunity.
That's it. He's calling.
Spence increased his record to 24 fights with 24 knockouts and remains the IBF welterweight champion of the world. Eroni Tuinuku, FBC Sports.
The Fiji Airways national sevens team will face New Zealand for the first time since the Oceania Sevens tournament that was held in Suva in November last year. Fiji had won the match but are aware that New Zealand has one tournament in the bag. Coach Gareth Baber says that inclusion of 3 Fijian boys in the Kiwi side will boost their performance next weekend. The side will leave for Sydney on Tuesday.
We didn't get to play against them, but we've played them once this year, and that was in the Oceania tournament. So, we're looking forward to that. 3 Fijians being in there as well always adds a bit of spice to the competition that we have with New Zealand. That will be the last pool game that we play, but our sights will be firm focus on.
Day 6 of the Australian Open kept the spectators on the edge of their seats as top players battled each other. The day's highlight was when 5-time Grand Slam winner Maria Sharapova lost in straight sets to top seed player Angelique Kerber. Eroni Tuinuku reporting.
The battle between Angelique Kerber and Maria Sharapova was an epic match as the winner will be the favorite to win the tournament. Fired up, Kerber breezed past Sharapova to reach the Australian Open top 16 with straight sets win.
I was really trying to play my game, and I'm so happy that we have 2018 and not 2017 anymore. So I really try to enjoy every single moment right now.
Playing his first tournament since July last year, Novak Djokovic has been outclassing his opponents in the past 5 days.
About Grand Slams, you always have a day off in between the matches, so I'll try to use that for recovery training and, obviously get myself in shape for the next one.
World number 2 Roger Federer was too strong and too fast for his French opponent, beating him in every aspect of the game. In the men's double, Australia edged number 3 seeded John Julia Roger and Horia Tekau. The Australian Open will continue until the 28th of this month. Eroni Tuinuku, FBC Sports.
Striker Roy Krishna once again helped his Wellington Phoenix side as he scored a goal to beat second-place Newcastle Jets 3-2. Phoenix strike first in the 27th minute of play from a long-range shot by Matija. Daniel Mullen then scored with a header from a corner in the 36th minute in the first spell. Krishna then sealed off the match with a goal in the 58th minute of play in the second half. The Jets will retain second spot on 33 points. Phoenix moved to 14 but still remain in the last spot. Fine weather prevailed over most parts of the country today. In the west, a hot day with temperatures rising up to 34 degrees. Eastwards from Pacific Harbour to Suva, intervals of clouds and sunshine with a brief shower or two. And up north, another sunny day with high temperatures. At sea, moderate to fresh easterly winds, moderate to rough seas. For the tides, high tide tonight will be at 9:28 with low tide tomorrow morning at 3:52. Sunrise will be at 5:47. Now for tomorrow, some showers and a few thunderstorms over the eastern parts and the interior of the larger islands is expected. Showers becoming frequent and heavy from later today. Elsewhere, fine apart from afternoon or evening showers and thunderstorms. Looking further on to Tuesday, you can expect much of the same conditions. Recapping the main stories, police take war on drugs to skies. Unity Fiji to announce provisional candidates by next month. And $30 million Tapu City Mall creates 300 jobs. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. To our poll question, would you like to see new players included in the Fiji team for Sydney Sevens and Hamilton Sevens? You can visit our FBC website to answer. You can also send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via our Facebook page FBC News, or you can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. And that was your FBC News for tonight. Until next time, good night.
मैं प्रेमिला वायरुकू रेकी से सुबह मेरी आँख खुलती है तो मैं मिर्ची FM सुनती हूँ। मिर्ची FM is number 1. It's so hot.
हम लोग बार टाउन के कैरियर ड्राइवर लोगों ने हम लोग के मिर्ची FM सुनो अच्छा लगे। मिर्ची FM is hot.
हाय, मैं संध्या नारिया रेकी से मेरे सारे दोस्त मिर्ची FM सुनते हैं। मिर्ची FM is hot. I love मिर्ची FM.
हमें स्पिन टोटो हुआ कि मिर्ची FM में सबसे अच्छा गाना बजे।
Mirchi FM, it's hot.